Mm. Okay, so I've noticed something. So I can rearrange this to be there. And that's like my only remaining option for this 4. It either goes there or there. This can't move and that can't move. So the one remaining pip can be in these 2 spots. It can't be there because then it combines to this other side and becomes at minimum a 5 as it wraps all the way around. So how does that affect this gargantuan mess? Just horrific mess. These can connect on corners, so then that can become the 3. The 3 is up here now. Blah. Honestly, a lot of this boundary just mostly creates visual noise that I can't look at. It's easier to draw empty spaces and let that be what it means. So then that's the 3 going up. That's the 4, which can't collide with this 3, and can't collide with this 5. So this ends here, and that's where those 4 go. So this goes 1, 2, 3, minimum. It can't go here, so let's put a square there, because these can't connect to each other. That also means this has to go here or here, because not only do these have to separate from each other, but so this goes here and here. So this goes down one more square, connects to this, and becomes 5. But this and this can't touch, so there has to be a boundary between them. And there has to be a boundary under this one, ultimately. But it has to be diagonal so that they don't continue to grow the line, because this has to stop at 4. And these also have to be separated. This is I'm starting to think about some of the stuff like it's a Go board, and I don't even play Go. I like clicked around at Go against a computer when I was in like high school, so I don't know. Comparison probably doesn't even make sense. Who cares? So if that's cut off there, that means this has to go here. So now the shape has to go here or here. And it can't go here, because then the boundary would be here, and that'd break this. Like, we can't, that has to be empty. So the boundary has to go here, which means there has to be a pip here. I do believe my series of deductions that seemed correct have been astray somewhere. So what I'm noticing is that this needs to be a 2, but that means it needs a confining boundary once again, like before is the problem. And if I go here, these all connect, and if I go here, these all connect, and this 4 is ruined, twink obliterated. So that's not even getting into the fact like, can I even make this work? Maybe, probably not. I think I've been over how this specific approach breaks this. There we go. I can cut this off so that this is just a floating square and not part of the shape, and then it can be a 9 in a way that this all combines. So a lot of this is happy. Everything around here is happy, but this is a fucking disaster. I can probably make this work. So if this is all happy, then this boundary is probably more correct. So let's solve putting this here, which means definitely removing this one, because this has to go around here, because this has to be boundaried here. So we have to remove this. And I guess that probably works, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a disaster. Everything's a mess. How do I fix that? Wait, if I put it here, it's -2. Because adding the square removes 1, but cutting off the square removes 2 without connecting to this. Oh, we are there. Okay. So, just need to make this shape work. So, this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whew! That was a big one. It really does kind of have the... I paused for a second there because I glanced at my OBS and I saw 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and was very concerned that I didn't just not recording this entire episode, but no, that's the live stream timer. That's a mistake I make every now and then. So what's fun about the only dots maps, and to some extent they're all kind of like this, but there's a purity to only having one mechanic on the board instead of mixing them all up and making it a nightmare of mixed concepts. These, in particular, feel like... The way I'd put it is that, like, the diamond puzzles feel like witness puzzles, particularly, because you're drawing lines to connect things in a certain way. The dot ones feel like those logic puzzles you do. Like, they tickle the brain in that way where it's like, Sally's sitting next to the woman with the pink dress, or whatever the fuck, and you get a weird grid of X's that you can, like... There's a series of collapsing... choices where you have the available options all falling apart as you just like realize like, okay, well now I'm eliminating the possibilities, so this must be true. What? Okay, no, okay, I get it. I was like, what the fuck? Because like these are there's just an immediate contradiction here when you're like, okay, this is a forced shape that's 3 in size and that has a 2 in it. You're like, that's not possible. That's illegal. Okay, but there's this up here. So this must be connecting to it then? Does that work? So this is a 1, 2, 3, it's an 8 because it's 9 minus 1. 8, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. That's a good starting point for how to do the white shape. Now I just need to figure out how to make the other shapes happy. Well, first of all, if I'm making the shape, there has to be an outline like this to make that possible. Technically, that's what you need as a minimum, but then you would fill these in to make them connected. 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. This only adds 5 and it costs 2 to get there. Uh-oh. Okay. So if I... that can't work. No. So I figured, okay, let's expand this shape in the middle and then I create an air pocket, right? Like that makes a sort of intuitive sense. But the act of adding this dot makes me go out here like this, and as you can tell, the white shape has grown by 1 because I remove 1 and add 2 to make that shape happen. And if and it's not going to be resolved by spreading the lines further because that'll only break it more. Like if I go another line further, then these will be diagonal lines, and diagonal lines aren't even connected. Okay. So this is probably what I need to do. So then the question is, what happens if I go around the outside? Because I can't connect, I need to leave these corners pinched off because this is way too costly. But there's also this whole negative space that has to be maintained so they don't connect. And does that just work? It does just work. I didn't even have to count them. That was just the only remaining thing to try. That's the thing I can confidently claim after I'm already right. Not like I'm not a supercomputer running every possible combo. It just seems like it was all that was left. And then I was right before I made that claim, which makes me sound really smart unless I immediately contradict that by pointing out how I wasn't smart. Anyway. This feels like a safe starting point. Just draw a 4 across the top, because I gotta make sense of this fucking 7 over here. Okay, so this has to wrap around this, because this has to be a negative. But it has to be a 5, so it's probably gonna go down. Yeah, this is a 3, surrounded by negatives. This is also a 3 surrounded by negatives, functionally, because it has to stick up and go there. So that's what that part's shaped like. Yeah, at minimum it has to be like that. This is variable because this can go another shape. Well, it has to go here to cut this one off. But then this one has to be positive to cut that off, this one off. This is pretty... This is guesswork a little bit. Except for this part. And that part, specifically. But this is, like, absolutely required. But this is a 7, so there's 3 more spaces to add, and they could expand in this direction or that direction, really. Yeah, these are all loose enough shapes that they can go in all sorts of directions. Well, the most reasonable guess would be that they just make pleasant little shapes like this. Just consistently, all of them are little L's as they expand outward. Absolutely not required. Could go in any direction they want, but it'd be nice if they behaved that way. So let's start with that. So then this is now a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's pretty good. Okay. This is a 7 and a 6. This 6 can only expand in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's already completed. That's a 7, and okay. But I made guesses, and then they worked. And then I didn't have to make additional guesses. Okay. Were they expecting me to... Wait, hang on a minute. I'm horrified. Oh no. Okay. Wow. I see what's happening. Okay, so every time I do one of these puzzles, the previous puzzle is going to be in the inside of the puzzle and locked in place. So basically there's a mega puzzle all the way here at the end, but we don't get to see it until we solve at least one version of the previous puzzles, and that new information will keep recontextualizing, so we're gonna have to go back and fix the previous solutions over and over again. Okay. So this is that part of the witness where you're inside of the mountain, and they give you a really simple puzzle to solve with a line, but then the next puzzle panel has more details on it, or different contradictory details that break the line you most likely drew. So you have to draw a new line that solves the new puzzle and the old puzzle simultaneously, and you have to do that for like 6 panels in sequence that are all one growing solution. This is the version of that where you have an expanding grid for this puzzle type. So this is immediately going to be impossible because I can't draw a line across this in that way. So this is probably going to be that, so I can probably never look at that one again. So now that it's like this, I can draw a line like that, or like that. Just whatever it takes to make them 6s. One being positive and one negative does change things a little bit, or maybe I could have done it differently. Probably wrong. I probably could have fixed it. I was thinking about how to split them, but no. The surrounding area being 6 and 6 requires you to make one positive and one negative, which is intuitive and what I should have jumped to. Okay. Okay. So, this being a positive 6 means I can't add a single line anywhere along here. Or a square anywhere along there. Which makes it impossible to cut the shape off. I can't draw this 3 because it adds to this. But I also can't cut it off anywhere. So, probably go back to this. and do what I said a minute ago, which is that I was probably wrong about the previous guess. Nope. Yeah, no, it has to be at the corners-ish. No. This do be creating problems. Because I can't make this a positive shape, one shape positive, one shape negative like that, because it connects. I can't do it like this and so on. So it's probably what I did the first time, but reversed? No, I can't reverse that, because this side's like that. But also this is unsolvable, right? Wait, I can just connect it, it's the same color. I can just add to the shape. Okay, yep, that was a gap in my thinking. Yep. This seems like a problem, though. This being 4 like that makes sense. That's easy. But then this has to be a... Nope, once again, not a problem. Same color. Okay. So I can just expand that. I can just expand that. And then this is the 6 shape, but then this has to be a 3, so add that 3 at the bottom and blip. Yeah, that might have only been solvable that way. Let's find out why. It totally was solvable a different way, and I ruined it all. Okay, so that's a blue. This teal attaches to the teal shape already. This could go this way or go that way. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out to here. That's a problem because I can't expand the. If it ended there, that'd be great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And so I can't combine it with that, and I can't expand it by 1 more because this boundary can't be drawn. Not unless I could slightly restructure where these 3 points are spent. Which I don't think I can. That's teal. I can pull some stuff like that, but is that helpful at all? Oh, right. The top corner is unnecessary. That's the main lesson here, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now that's doing fine. Oh. This is a 3 sandwiched between 2 1s around here, so it has to go here. So I need to free up the top right corner. This has to be empty. I guess we go down here. But that destroys, that infringes upon the 4. I have to add one more pip. If I do this, what does that do to our totals here? I guess I'd add one more square down here to fill that in. Now this 3 is happy. What's left to make unhappy? Okay. Oh, this is irrelevant. That's from earlier. But I can make that 2. If I wrap around here, the 4 is still happy. If I fill that in, it makes those happy. Blah, 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 blah. Now what's wrong? 9 and 7? Fuck, okay. This has to be wrapped around. Because I can't make this attached to that. And I can't, like, preemptively make them closer or anything. Because, like, this has to be correct for its own solution. These are definitely getting connected, right? It's 9 and 7, so this little corner is going to matter a lot. So 9 and 7 is 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That's bad, because that attaches to there. I guess remove that one. Are they happy? No. I'm not happy. Are they happy now? No. Am I off one in the other direction? Now they're happy. Okay. And then put that pip back to fix that thing being unhappy. But now this purple's too bigly because it's got an outline that breaks. Oh, I wasn't counting these. There has to be a whole back line here. Because this has to still be continuous, but this has a 2. Here's a 1. But what's happening that here is that that's a mess. Is I'm often tempted to only think about the interactive tiles because I'm focused on the new row. We have to once again, as has been true for every single layer of the puzzle, and I keep skipping over at various moments because it's just a lot to process. The teal on the outside still connects to the teal on the inside, so this number is a nightmare. So these 3 that were previously not part of the teal are now part of the teal. So that's 3 more added to this. And I can also fix what's left of this whole thing elsewhere. Here's another 2. Okay, so this is already fixed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, what am I gonna do with that? What am I gonna do about that? So this is the part that connects to the rest of the teal, which allows me to fix this somewhere else. So, or maybe not, but this is fixed in place as being 3, and this can't be the rest of it because that goes right up against this purple, and they have to be separate from each other. So that means this has to no longer be part of this shape. So that's the 6 up there. Then we can separate this purple like this. And this is just more teal that's just inevitably going to be connected. This has to be negative space 4. 3, sorry. This is even more budget to add to the giant budget of teal. But the issue I'm seeing is that this too much teal up here can't be connected to this. Because of this too. But this also all dead ends? I need to be able to go further. I think this is what's breaking things, this negative space. Can I fix that negative space? Does it have to be negative? It does, doesn't it? So if I take that away, if I fill that in, now there's too much teal. So where do I remove one teal from that shape? This removes 2 teal? Add the teal back in over here? No. Alright, let's go back to, I don't like whenever I have to stop and count, but I can't tell what's wrong. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 versus 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh! Oh. That makes a mess of things, don't it? Garsh. Gwa-arsh. Yep. So that's what the problem comes from filling the negative space. And I can't move this purple because it's from a different ring. It's not like I can fill it with this space. I can't make this purple reach over there because they're so far away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need one more. Is that where that was? Shit. No, it's already happy. I was just wrong. It's surprisingly easy to just fuck up at counting this stuff constantly, apparently. But yeah, I'd have to remove a ton of spaces in order to make that combination happy. This too is required to keep this from freaking out. So I can't connect that in. Yeah, that's already happy, so I can't add that. So what do I do with... What am I doing with this whole mess over here? We can make the bottom right corner happy with that. Oh. So this 2 floating over here needs to be attached to a larger shape. There's too many squares over here, and I would like to attach them to these ones because these ones need more squares. But this is a big no-no. And that whole wall is required to make the 4 from the previous puzzle not get mad. A 4 that can't really go anywhere because it's all squished around the previous puzzle and that pip. That's not going anywhere else. It also means I can't like remove any of these to make it toned down. So it's just making a proper mess of things.
If I was the correct answer, where would I be?
On which stage doth the mistake occur? I think the biggest thing I'm looking at right now is if I could connect this to this, because this is impossible, because this and this next to each other, like, this is all fucked. This is 4 corners. But if I can connect this, that's a lot. You could do something with that. That's 2 layers back. No, that 1 layer back. 2 layers back. This is contradicto. Wait. If I cut that corner, if I put that back on, then this goes forward by 2. What? So what's bothering me is I specifically remember needing to do that, but I didn't need to do that. But what changed? I must have just been wrong? Because now this is connected. What does that do? It's currently the correct number. Okay, I don't even have to revise that. Get rid of that to make this number happy. This is a mess. This is a mess. Oh, hey. Make it a negative space thing, then that's a 3. Hello. Okay. And then that is supposed to be closed in, so yay! I did the thing. There's no fireworks. Where are my fire? I just giant zone and then the big climactic thing and then your reward is it's done. That's it. It just like stops. That's the entire that's all it does. I guess I'm used to some kind of like the witness obviously undersells your victories, but it does go bzzz as like a laser slowly redirects and then does a laser. In this game, a fire starts somewhere sometimes. Am I done with this entire area? But the fire is so understated that I don't think it even has a sound effect. And it might not even be on screen when it lights. So it's so much more understated even than the witness in terms of celebrating anything you accomplish. I think I did it. I think this is everything. Neat. That last area was definitely easier. It's this it's the stuff on the right that messed me up the most, but really I just kind of generally struggle with whenever those lines come up that say, make these shapes match. I'm like, no! I have like a visceral, unhappy reaction. Everything else I'm getting pretty comfy with. Most things that come up a lot, at least. I can't remember any puzzles I haven't solved. So we might go towards what seems to be an ending next and see what that's like. Yeah.